Okay, so the Marvel TOKON beta has officially come to an end. And I'm recording this maybe a couple days after the actual beta being finished. But I've got to say, man, the fact that I can't play it anymore, and I only realistically got to play it for about 2 to 3 hours, is mad disappointing. That being said, though, obviously, as we all know, the game comes out August 6th. But there's a lot to address, and I think there's one thing that I'm very worried about, and that is the PC beta. Now, obviously, we're going to go into what TOKON have recently tweeted out in regards to the PC beta and everything like that, but I want to just address basically my concerns with the PC beta and just how I felt overall. Obviously, a lot of the footage that you're seeing on screen is from a stream that I did that was actually recorded on PS5 footage, and you're probably wondering, Red, why can't you play the game on PS5? Because what we were using on stream was not my PS5, sorry, but it was actually my friend's PS5. So massive shoutouts to Xenoblue for letting us use that. It was thanks to him that we were able to actually play the beta for about a couple hours on Saturday evening. Overall, the game is great. I think the game is fantastic. I think it feels amazing. There are a couple things that I would like to see kind of improved, I think, here and there. I feel like a couple more defensive options would be great, and also not having 2 buttons for assist and tag would be really nice, but, you know, those are things that I'm sure, you know, can be hopefully fixed in the future. But one thing that obviously kind of annoyed me a lot about the beta was the fact that it was practically unplayable for a lot of people on PC. Now, obviously, that includes myself. I don't have a great PC. I'll be honest. It is much more older than, you know, I remember it being, because I got this in, what, 2020? Now it is about 6 years old, this PC, and I was 18 when I got it, which is nuts to think about. But my main gripe, again, was the fact that I basically just couldn't play the game. And even when I did, I'd have to turn the internal resolution scaling all the way down. And my friends basically thought it looked like a PS2 game. But even then, I had some FPS stability issues. And what I found really funny was that I thought to myself, oh, this can't be the case. I'm sure, you know, my PC is above that of the minimum specs. I have, you know, more than enough to run this game. But yeah, it's just super unfortunate that I never really got the opportunity to play too much. I really wanted to stream it night 1, but couldn't. But yeah, so obviously, as we know, the guys have actually addressed a little bit more about stuff going on with the PC beta, and basically just the PC port and its release. I would assume that obviously we're going to be continuously keeping the PlayStation sign-in, obviously considering it is a game developed by PS Studios, which I think a lot of their PC ports actually require you to sign in to actually play their games. I know the God of War games, I think, did it. One of my friends kept telling me that a while ago that was the case. But they've said, you know, to our PC players, message received. The team is already hard at work on the performance you deserve, with improvements lined up for day 1, including reducing overall CPU usage to improve performance, fixing frame rates, drops and lag, resolving an issue causing unnecessary shader compilation at startup, improving compatibility when streaming with OBS and Discord, addressing rollback netcode and crossplay issues. Yeah, so there is a bunch of different things that was going wrong with that beta. That a lot of people had issues with. You know, text-to-speech as well, for some reason, was on, like, default every single time you boot up the game. I thought my PC was bugging, or I had, like, accidentally held a key for too long, and, you know, not sticky keys, but some random function had started when I started the game up, and I thought, that doesn't sound right. But my main worry is that we have, I guess, now, at the time of recording this video, about less than 2 weeks until TOKON comes out, right? And I'm a little bit concerned about the turnover and whether or not they're going to be able to implement all of this stuff before the final game actually drops, because there's going to be a lot of testing, especially with all the things that are going on. So, I mean, what I'd like to hope and pray is that we would hopefully get a port of the game that actually works, as opposed to one that doesn't, because it would make my life and a lot of other people's lives way better, right? But one thing that I really do appreciate is the devs actually communicating the issues to us. They gave us a survey in which people were able to just write down their feelings and all sorts of things. And the reception that they got from it was that instead of ignoring everything, they acknowledged everything wrong with the PC stuff, and they said, alright, you know what, we're going to try our best to fix it. And a lot of game developers don't tend to do that until it's like way too late anyway, or when a game comes out or whatever. So, I've got to say, you know, hats off to Arxis and the guys over at Sony and Marvel Games, who are obviously making TOKON, for, you know, actually going ahead and just, you know, communicating with us way better, communicating with us in a way that is very appreciative, because you don't get a lot of that these days. And it is so nice to see. So I'm just kind of hoping that, you know, that actually helps out with the optimization of the game on PC. And yeah, it is literally just that worry of, again, we have less than about 2 weeks up until this game comes out. And, you know, I myself and a lot of other people are very much looking forward to this game. I'm just hoping and praying that it does get to a point where we can play it, because, you know, for the first time in a long time, I think this is one of the only other tag fighters that I could ever look at and go, yeah, I could get into this, you know. This is fun. It's a lot easier, you know, than Dragon Ball FighterZ. I feel like it's a lot more freeing than Dragon Ball FighterZ. But, you know, you should go into a fighting game not expecting Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is something that I had to tell myself quite a lot, right? You know, it was like one of those ones where it was like, I have to go in there and I can't expect it to be like Marvel vs. Capcom. I can't expect it to be like Dragon Ball FighterZ. I can't expect it to be like 2XKO. I've just got to go in with an open mind and hoping for it to be its own thing. And then obviously, well, I couldn't really play the game, so I relied a lot on streams and watching other people play it. And for the first time ever, being shut out of one of these fighting game betas felt horrible. But genuinely, I do hope that we do get these fixes within due time. Let me know what you guys think about the Marvel TOKON beta, whether or not you guys actually enjoyed it, who you mained, who you played. Me personally, I'm still kind of choosing between who I kind of want on my team. I'm sticking with the core of the X-Men at the moment, obviously that being Wolverine, Storm, and then I'm messing around with Magneto as well. And I kind of, I'm like, that 4th slot was initially going to be Penny's, but I'm like now kind of leaning towards Shuri, who I'm sure might take a hit when the game does come out. You know what? I hope Magic also takes a hit when the game comes out, because from what I've been seeing, this character is a little bit nuts, all right? I've been seeing some pretty funny stuff with this character. But yeah, no, let me know what you guys think about the Marvel TOKON beta. Again, who it is you're playing, what it is you're looking forward to, what your thoughts are about whether or not in terms of development that this game is going to be able to sort of pick up in terms of the PC port, and whether or not you guys think it would actually work, and just so much more, man. There's just so much to think about, and yeah, can't wait to see what happens comes August 6th. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
Yo, no watch this stuff, cause this love, you may feel like you can't go on. If we try side by side, we'll survive, never die. Now you feeling my flow, know what I mean? No doubt that you feel it like I do. Don't let a chance like this pass by you. I'll come like you and me is meant to be. Fly across the board. The perfect combo, you and me, you see? Come on.